As students go back to class, student athletes go back into action, and student injuries are sure to spike. There is growing bipartisan support tonight for a bill introduced by Central Ohio Democratic Congresswoman Joyce Beatty that's aimed at curbing the alarming number of concussions suffered by young athletes. In fact, she teamed up today with her colleague from across the aisle, Republican Steve Stivers, to learn more about a locally based online health history database that will soon be mandatory for every student athlete in Ohio. The first football Friday night of the season is just around the corner, but the hitting and the hurting are already underway. Congresswoman Beatty's Concussion Awareness and Education Act would direct the Secretaries of Health and Defense to conduct research on the treatment and prevention of concussions.
We also want the government involved so they can work with all of their agencies to collect that data and to make sure that we have the appropriate people, whether it's in a school with a 7-year-old or a 17-year-old, determining if that person has a concussion.
Each year, there are 2 to 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions, and doctors at Ohio State found from 2005 to 2012, the rate of concussions in Ohio high school athletes doubled. The highest rate among boys playing football, followed by girls playing soccer. In fact, girls are far more likely to get a concussion.
That's one of the hot topics of research right now, and getting into things like, the difference in the bone structure, the hormonal characteristics of girls versus boys, and I think we're going to learn a lot more about this. And using this new information we'll have from our electronic PPE, we'll be able to do that even more effectively.
Doctors and athletics trainers in Ohio will soon be able to use a smartphone from the sidelines to instantly access a full medical history, part of the Privet system that will be mandatory in the new year and will replace all those paper forms.
Privet do it online, secure, so they fill it out one time. It's a lot more concise. There's more information that can be put in the system versus just handwriting it, and it can travel with them.
The Privet system plays into the requirements of Beatty's proposed bill, which is co-sponsored by her Republican colleague, Steve Stivers.
We didn't have baselines on concussions. Nobody knew what getting somebody back to center meant, getting fully recovered and recuperated, because they didn't know what the baseline was.
Beatty and Stivers are the rare members of Congress who are working across the aisle and looking for common ground and compromise. We'll talk to them more about that effort and the situation in Iraq and Israel this Sunday morning at 10 on the